Hey guys, I wanted to take the opportunity to talk about making a change that sticks. I know that at some point in all of our lives we've tried to make a change and it just didn't work out, whether it be cutting out soda or training harder or getting stronger or losing fat. Who knows? I don't know. We'll discuss it. This is up to you to determine those things. And I just wanted to give you the tools so that we can make sure that it happens with success. So we start by setting goals that are smarter. All right, specific, measurable, achievable, attainable, realistic, time-based, ecological, environmental, and rewarding. I know this sounds super convoluted, but I promise it's more simple than that. Specific. So your goal should be specific. What do you want to do? What's important to you? Why is this goal important? Who's involved? Where's it located? And which resources or limits are involved? And what may happen is as you work yourself through these goals, you may find things that are more or less important to you than you originally thought. So brainstorm, write it down, think it out, have those conversations, and find out what it is you want to do. Next, we want to make sure that goal is measurable. So oftentimes I have people come to me and they say, I want to get stronger. And how do I know they've reached that goal? Well, when I feel stronger. Well, is that necessarily how you're going to measure it? There are ways to measure it. For example, if someone says, I want to get stronger, I want to know specifically how they want to get stronger. Well, I want my lower leg strength to increase. How will you know when you reached it? Well, I'll know I reached it when my squat is 500 pounds. Okay, so that becomes a measurable unit, is what your rep max would be, or your 5 rep max, wherever you determine that. Next, we want to make sure that the goal is achievable or attainable. If you're currently only squatting 150 pounds and you're saying that you want your goal to be achievable within the next 2 months to be 500, maybe we should reconsider what your goals are. So you want to consider, is it within your power to accomplish it? How can you achieve this goal? How realistic is it based off of other constraints? So say, for instance, you set this goal for yourself and you say, I want to increase lower leg strength. We're just going to use that as the example because that's what I said earlier. And you're like, well, but I am deploying soon and there's going to be no equipment and time is going to be an issue. And all of a sudden the hurdles start coming out. Not saying it's not possible to overcome those, but if you're already seeing more negatives than positive opportunities, then maybe we need to reconsider what that goal should be for that time frame. Next, is your goal realistic? Is it realistic, relevant, reasonable, rewarding, and results oriented? Can you achieve it? Is it worthwhile? Does it match your efforts or needs? Gaining that lower body strength. Maybe you did your protocol test and your lower body strength was significantly higher than the rest. Well, maybe we should reconsider what that goal should be. Maybe we should choose the weakness that was in that protocol test. Or if you're like, I'm committed to that. I want my lower body strength to be what I want to work on. Why? Because that's what I want to do. It's worthwhile to me. It's what matters to me. Then so be it. And that's completely fine. And that is your right. So next, we need to consider time-based. When do you want to accomplish this goal? And we need to keep in mind those short targets and those long targets. What can I do 6 months from now? What can I do 6 weeks from now? And what can I do today? Ecological and environmental. This is often forgotten when we look at goals. How does your environment become affected by your goal, and vice versa? How do you affect your environment? So your environment is specific to you. Maybe after work you go home and you have a family. Okay, so your family becomes affected by your goal, perhaps because you're taking some time away from your family to be training. But how do you affect your environment? Flip that in a positive way. Maybe by training, you become a stronger individual, and you solidify a reduction in injury risk for your job. Therefore, for long term, you are creating more stability for your family. Okay, so this does work both ways, but you cannot isolate and alienate your environment from the goals that you've set for yourself. Involve your environment in your goals. And the last is rewarding. Why am I doing this? What's your intrinsic motivation? What makes you tick? What gives you that drive? This is what's going to get you through those really crappy days, those tough days that you're like, you know what? I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to train. I'm sick of doing squats. All right, know your personal core values. And a lot of times when we talk about goal setting, people will get to this part and they say, you know what, I don't know why. And then we scratch everything and we say, okay, well, let's find a different goal. You know, in the past, I've worked with someone saying that their goal was weight loss, and then it turned out being actually, we got to the end and they said, I don't want to lose weight, I just want to get more sleep. So then we started talking about sleep hygiene, and that's completely fine. All right, you use this as an opportunity to really reflect on yourself and what is important to you. So I put an example here, and the example is specific. I want to increase strength. Okay, what's measurable? An increase in muscle mass, and I'm going to use the BOD-POD assessment as my unit of measure. Is it attainable? Well, I'll recruit the help of my coach to make sure that I have the programming guidelines to make sure I'm increasing strength. All right, realistic? Yeah, it's going to help me perform my job better as well. Time-based? Okay, this is where I need to know the commitment I'm putting forth. I'm going to spot check monthly, but to obtain a goal of 3 pounds of muscle gain in 6 months. And ecological, I'm going to make sure my family is supportive of the training time and the diet restrictions that I'm going to set up on myself. And rewarding, man, I'm going to feel a lot better, and it's going to help me increase my confidence. So underneath, I wrote down the goal. So remember, we started with that goal of I just want to get stronger. But when we become smarter with our goals, in 6 months, I will obtain 3 pounds of muscle gain. On a monthly basis, I will reassess using the BOD-POD to determine baseline and changing muscle mass. I've discussed this goal with my family and the personal importance it is to me achieving it. My reward will be able to buy the new pair of unnecessarily expensive board shorts or whatever it is you want. Ways to achieve this, I'm going to stick to my daily workout plan. Modifying it is better than not doing it at all. So on the days that I feel completely crummy, I'm just going to change it up, but I'm not going to fall off the wagon. And I'm going to begin using post-workout more regularly. Why? Because I'm going to feel better and more motivated on the days I'm training. I'm going to spot check my diet 2 days a week using MyFitnessPal. Why not every day? Well, because reality is I know that I'm not going to do it every single day. But 2 days a week, that's doable. And I'm going to track the dates that track the weights I'm lifting on my workout routine. And again, that's because I know that's how I know I've increased my strength as well. So you can see that by really getting down and setting goals that are specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, time-based, ecological, and rewarding, you start to look at this more big picture instead of just saying something very obtuse like, I want to get stronger. So I created this tracker based off of the example earlier, the increased strength. So did I do my daily workout? So we're going to look at Sunday. Yes. Did I do my post-workout? Yes. Did I input my diet? No, but I only said I had to do it 2 times a week, so I didn't do it on Sunday. Did I write my weights down? Yes. Cool. Sunday, total win across the board. All 4, 3 done, but I got the other days to take care of the diet. So I've gone really well Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I'm doing great. Wednesday, what happened? And you got to use this as an opportunity to improve. You go, well, I was unmotivated. I was busy. Life got away from me, whatever it might have been. But you got to be realistic with yourself on this. And then you got to come up with a solution. Maybe if I prep my gym bag Tuesday night, it's one less hurdle for me as I'm trying to get out the door Wednesday morning. Or maybe even saying make Wednesday my recovery day instead of Saturday. So Saturday was my initial recovery day, but since I didn't do the workout on Wednesday, I just had to sacrifice part of my weekend because I took the liberties on Wednesday to not train, and that's what's going to be compromised in the end. So some tips to help you. Review your SMART-E.R goals. Review them regularly. Review them daily. All right. I like to put them somewhere where I'm going to see them on a regular basis. Put them in your bathroom. Too many people spend so much time in the bathroom looking at their phone. Instead, you could sit there and look at your goals written on the inside of the door. Put them on your refrigerator. Talk to your family about them. Put them on a notebook that you open daily, and know that without direction, you're really going nowhere. So know that something may occur that will make you rewrite your SMART-E.R goals unexpectedly. And know that that's a possibility of happening. Say, for instance, you're training, you're doing well, 2 weeks go along, and you get hurt. Well, you don't just scratch everything completely. You might have to revector that. And then your goal might be, I want to increase strength, but it might be, let's decrease pain first. But it doesn't mean that you're not going to increase strength later, but it just means that there's a goal, there's a different goal that you now have to reach first. And you're going to use the same criteria to rewrite your goals and revector your energy. And it's so much better to rewrite than give up completely. Use your daily review as an opportunity for growth, not loss, because that's when people fall off the bandwagon. So just remember, try to be better tomorrow than you are today, and at least you'll be moving in a positive forward direction, because the last thing we want to do is backslide. And unfortunately, the older we get, that's going to happen naturally. So we've got to work harder. And remember, these smarter goals can be used in any aspect of your life. I know that I'm talking about human performance, but try to apply this. And if you need any help at all, just know that I'm here for you, and the HP team is here for you completely. So I hope that you enjoyed this, and if you have any questions or any comments, please feel free to add them, and I'm happy to be here for you guys. Take care.